Welcome to a whole nother episode of Talkhvy. Once again, I'm your boy Scoot Burgundy.
It's your boy Taj.
You call me Ruff.
It's Scotty.
And as y'all know, we always have the latest and greatest topics. And you know, for the last couple of weeks, we had some heavy hitters. We've been doing some dope interviews, and today we have a very dope interview. Talk heavy. We just talking heavy today. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk heavy about because there's a lot of things going on in the world, and it's just we gotta sound off, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna take a break from the interviews this week, and we're gonna sound off on a few things. First and foremost, we're gonna talk about the shooting, not the killing. We're used to saying the killing because these cops be killing our brothers in these streets, but the shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin. Now, we need details on this. He was shot 7 times in the back. I believe he's paralyzed right now. They were saying that he was breaking up a fight. He went to his car. The cops lit him up. So what are y'all thoughts on this? On the latest shooting that happened? Let's talk about it.
So he was a 29-year-old black man from Kenosha, Wisconsin. So basically he got shot in the back 7 times, like you said, from the boys in blue. He's paralyzed from the waist down, according to his father. That's the reports right now. He was shot like 7 times in front of his children. He had 3 children in the car.
Wow.
So they said that they called for a domestic violence call, and he was breaking up a fight between 2 women. And he came out the house, went to his car. The cops came, pulled their guns on him. He went around, tried to open the door. They shot him. His kids in the back seat. I feel like this is the time, even more so, considering George Floyd and Breonna Taylor killers still ain't arrested.
Right. Let's put that out
for Kenosha, Wisconsin, to set a precedent. You gonna be a part of the problem or a part of the solution? And either way, they're gonna have to deal with all these riots now that's been emerging in Seattle and Kenosha. They was looting the liquor stores and all kinds of stuff. So they're burning cop cars, burn fires in front of the courtrooms. They had to close the courtroom down.
Work in Philly.
Yeah, man. So they gotta do something about these cops, man. And I think right now the leaders, that's it, man. Like, what y'all think? How y'all feeling right now? Because I'm upset. I really am. Like, and I think off the back of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and we got LeBron speaking up on it. We got, the Lions speaking up on it. We got sports teams and leagues, and it's like the time is now. To be honest, we got the power, the influence to go forward with this. What y'all think?
For real, it's just like the same old thing over and over. I'm not surprised. It happened again. And until the problem is taken care of, it's going to keep happening. The problem is the police feeling like they can do whatever they want to do because they're not being penalized. Like I said before, they get sent home on a paid vacation until shit clear up, and then they come back to work. They're still able to patrol the same streets, still able to patrol the same citizens in the same old neighborhoods because they know that nothing's going to happen. They're not going to lose their badge. They're not going to lose their pension. They're not going to lose anything. So they don't have nothing to lose. So it's really like, I'm glad that we got LeBron and all these other people speaking up, these people who have power and influence, but like they need to be having some real conversations with these head of police or whoever, and it's probably already happening. I'm probably just saying that it's probably already happening, but that's what needs to happen though, because those are the people you need to talk to. You know what I'm saying? The Instagram posts are cute, the tweets are cute, the hashtags are cute, but it's real work that need to be done. You know what I'm saying? So people higher up that's in charge of these police stations and head of these police, these motherfuckers, they need to be cracked down on.
Yeah, I don't understand why the police are trained to be so violent off the top. Because a lot of these cases, the reason why police are able to like get away with it is because they were following protocol.
Right.
Is arguing like, well, then why is that protocol? Like, why isn't that being changed? Like, if you're getting called for a domestic violence issue and you get there and there's no weapons out, why is your first reaction to pull out a gun?
To pull out a gun.
Like, he could have, for example, he could have tased him. Like, even if he wasn't wrong, you know, you hear domestic violence, you automatically assume it's a man versus a woman. But at least if you tase somebody, it's not going to kill them. Like, there's so many other options, and there's so many things that you've seen in other countries who do these things, and they're perfectly functional, and their violence is at a significantly lower rate because their police officers aren't seen as basically murderers and thugs, and people are running around afraid of them because for whatever reason in the United States, for whatever reason, they feel like the police is the military. And it's like their first instinct is like to pull out a gun. And I don't understand the logic behind that. I'm not informed enough to know what needs to change to have that changed. But I think that's the real issue because we keep fighting for justice, but we're not going to get justice because they're following the rules. So the rules is what needs to change.
Right.
But I think it has a lot to do with the way that they see Black people. I don't think it's necessarily inherent within the police department per se, but I think it's inherent in their identity. And saying that they look at Black people as criminals, like we're criminal to them.
As threats
like,
and
we're guilty until proven innocent. We don't get that benefit of the doubt. If they get a call and they coming for domestic violence or something, they see a Black man on the scene, he's the enemy.
Right.
He's not a part of the community. He's an enemy. Like, and that we constantly seeing that dehumanization of Black people, constantly. And it's like it's easy for them to affirm their beliefs because of that. And look at what happened.
No, I agree with that as well, and I feel like a lot of it too is because they're putting police officers in Black spaces who aren't familiar with Black people. So
right.
Black people, we just have a certain culture that other like white people aren't familiar with. So they automatically see it as hostile, or they automatically see it a certain way when that's just who we are and how we are. And not to say, I mean, I do agree that the way they view Black people is dehumanizing and they do automatically see us a certain way. But I also think that another part of it has to do with the fact that they're not familiar with our culture and they're not used to being around us. So when they come into our neighborhoods, they automatically feel like we're being hostile when we're just being our normal selves.
But I think,
and so it's like they already have this misconception in their head of who we are because they think we're being hostile. They automatically feel the need to be violent towards us. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. But go ahead, Taj.
But even if they're not familiar with Black people or our culture or being around us, what happened to just treating people like normal humans? If I walk into a room full of white people, I'm not used to being around that many white people, but I'm going to act accordingly because these are human people, as opposed to, she's a white woman in that corner, that's a Black man in that corner. No, if it's white people, Black people, you treat them like a human. If somebody say something happened on the street, you pull up to this street and try to figure out what happened as a whole instead of saying, come here, little nigga, I'm going to lock you up.
Like, having common decency is what you're saying.
Yeah, like, come on.
That I mean, I get what you're saying, but you got to think that like you're speaking from a Black man's perspective. Like Black people, we have to put that mask on when we enter rooms with a bunch of white people to fit in or to, you know, fit whatever situation is just to make everybody comfortable. It's very rare that white people are coming into a room full of Black people and having to do the same thing.
Now,
I agree. I don't think we got to do that though. I don't think we got it.
I don't think we have to, but it definitely
fall victim to it.
Yeah, for sure.
That was just brought up in us generation after generation. Like we've always been taught we have to work twice as hard as the white man. We have to talk properly. We have to do this. We have to do that. And so it's like it's exhausting because as for me, a Black woman who was working in corporate America, I was working in finance. I was working in like with stockbrokers and things like that. I literally had to put a mask on. Like I couldn't talk the way I'm talking to you guys right now when I was at work because then I'm the hostile Black girl.
Right.
But
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because I think that now we're speaking on like what it should be versus what it is, right? And you shouldn't have to do that. But you look at a situation where you look at the climate of what the police against the citizens or the Black citizens that we're talking about is right now. And even looking at his situation, looking at the tape, right? As a black man, the cops got their guns drawn. They saying whatever, get on the ground. I don't know what they were saying. He walks around to his car and open up his door. I, as a black man, would be like, I'm not doing that because they might shoot me. And they shot him. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he should be able to go ahead and like she shouldn't have been met with that hostility, but it's like it's training as a I don't know. Y'all had training if y'all had training, but I had training as a black man and certain things like if the cops around, don't be running to no car like you about to grab something. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't make no sudden movements like you grabbing your waist or something like that. So it's just sad that he just was doing something like going to the car and he got shot. Now, with that being said,
what are you trying to say about that though?
Well, what I'm saying is at the end of the day, I wouldn't do what he did. If the cops got their guns drawn on me, I'm not walking to my car, opening the door and reaching for anything.
That's like
I'm not doing it.
That's like when we was driving. I said I'm not opening up that glove compartment.
Yeah, he said I'm not opening up that glove compartment and reaching for anything. Now
I can't reach that because that makes sense.
Right, because it makes sense. I'm just not doing it. If you have your gun drawn on me, the first thing I want to do is get you, and I'm talking about anybody at this point. You know what I'm saying? The first thing I want to do is get you to the point where you lowering your gun. I don't want to escalate because now I'm one pull of the trigger away from being shot now. It's not pulling it, grabbing it, pulling it out, or pointing it. At this point, we are already escalated. I'm not saying that the cops were right by the far stretch of the imagination. What I'm saying is I would not have done what he did.
You can't say that though.
I can't.
You don't got the. But I feel like
I'm
saying 3 kids in the car.
Go ahead.
He got 3 kids in the car.
Furthermore, I
really want to say that's even more of a reason to not go into the car.
But think about it from you can't like the panic that somebody probably feels when you got mad cops with guns pointed at you and you got your children in the car. You don't know like what type of decision. You don't know if he was going in the car and say, I don't know what he was doing, get his license, get whatever. Like they don't know. We don't know what he was doing.
Well,
so we don't know what was going through his mind at that time. And even if he had the same set of principles as you, Scoop, where you're going out and not making any sudden movements, you're training as a black man, that might go all out the window when you got a gun pointed to your head. So for him,
that's when it's supposed to come into play.
That's not a fair thing. That's very traumatic to happen to somebody. Just getting a gun pulled on you in general is traumatic experience.
Very true.
For no reason. For no reason. He didn't do anything for no reason. And to know the climate that we in and cops is killing people, it's I feel like you can't say that. You really can't. Like that's not.
Well, that's why I said I wouldn't have done it. I didn't say he was wrong for it. But I can say a person that, you know what I'm saying, that's been pulled over plenty of times. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all been pulled over. Sometimes the cops draw guns on you. Sometimes they don't. I just wouldn't have, went around and walked like they're walking behind me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't have opened my car door and reached for anything. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't have done that.
And
that's all.
I piggybacking off of what Scoop is saying, it's like when I think about like, my brother, my dad, my nephews, especially my nephews, it's like watching what happened in that video was like my biggest fear, because for me, if I were to instruct my nephews on what to do with that situation, I would tell them to do what Scoop is saying, where it's like, just get down on your knees, put your hands up, and just follow whatever they're saying. But I understand what you're saying, Scotty, because that is a traumatic situation and you can't speak on what you're going to do when that happens. But it's just because that you're a black man, that you have no reason to have these guns pulled out on you. Right. And you also know that you have 3 children in your vehicle. For me, if I'm speaking to like my nephews or my brother, I would want them to literally just get down on their knees and put their hands up and follow whatever is going on until it gets figured out. And it's unfortunate that it's that way because he wasn't doing anything wrong. Like he could have just been going to the car to make sure his kids were okay. He could have been just going to the car to get his ID to show them his ID or whatever. He couldn't
Right.
do those things, but because of the climate that was going on and there was so many police officers, so they were interpreting it as he was being hostile, and they were probably interpreting it as he was trying to provoke them. That's why when he opened the door, the immediate reaction for them is shoot, because they don't know what's in the car.
Right.
And that's probably why they're going to get away with it, because it's going to be seen as following protocol, because they
Right.
don't know what was in his vehicle.
Just qualified immunity.
Yeah.
They don't make it excessive when you shoot him 7 times. Like maybe the first shot, but the 7 times in his back.
I think.
I mean, honestly, I don't understand why they couldn't have just tased him. Like,
Yeah,
I don't get why a gun had to be pulled out to begin with.
They could have tackled him on the way to the car.
right.
Not even tased.
Because it was what, 7? I mean, not 7 of them. It
Like,
was
the crazy.
in the video. I think it was a few of them, right? Like a few.
Yeah.
The crazy part is everything that y'all saying is also unnecessary. You
No,
know what I'm saying? That would have been unnecessary. Him getting tackled would have been unnecessary. So to say that, to say that, and I understand what y'all saying, though, right? Is that him getting shot? They went to him getting shot versus doing all these other things prior to shooting him to kill, like potentially killing this man.
I feel like as a black man, you know what to expect with the police. You know what to expect if you're being pulled over, while you by yourself, while you with people. You know that, listen, let me just hand my license over, hand whatever license I got to hand over, so that we probably won't even have to talk. You can just write me a ticket and I can go about my day. It's just procedure that you take when you're around them, just so that you want it to make the quickest in and out situation you can while you having contact with police. So I got what everybody's saying. So it is necessary to say it.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, Scott. Now I do got to play the devil's advocate on this one now. Really, for real. I don't know. As a police officer, I don't know what you're going to that car to get. I really don't. So yes, I probably will tackle you, because at the end of the day, what experiences have they had while on duty? Have they ever been in a situation where somebody attacked them? You know what I'm saying? So
that's literally what they're trained to do. Like if you don't know what's in a vehicle and you didn't instruct that person to go to that vehicle, or they didn't say outright,
you're trained to act on it.
They're trained to automatically basically assume the worst.
But their reasonable suspicion in the entire situation was a 911 call saying domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? So they go in a situation where they see this man there. He just had, like, you can literally be in the, like, even outside of this situation, if a 911 call is called and I'm in the vicinity as a black man, I'm automatically a suspect. Automatically. Sure. So I'm automatically a threat to them. No matter what, if I'm minding my business, I'm a threat. So that's where I'm like, it don't matter what you do. Like, it don't matter. You could do,
because we've seen situations where people got killed.
To try to explain cold-blooded murder or attempted murder by saying, I'm not saying anybody in here believes or saying that at all. But what I'm saying is people go in comments and be like, yo, you should have complied with the police. You should have, like, what are you talking? Like, shut up, yo. Like, I'd be really ready to smack Jacob with the American flag on his user. Like, come on, yo.
You be angry at him.
Yeah, it's like, yo, shut up. Like,
oh well, I got aired out by a sponsor before when I said this about the fighting the police, but he had to get to his car. Like, he walked around and got all the way to the car and got inside the car. You had so many options. Like, I know Scotty's saying, you know what I mean, he don't got to get to that point. But if you wanted to stop him, and there's like 75 of y'all out there, why can't y'all stop that one man without a gun? Why?
Right.
That's your only option. You can't wrestle them. What did they teach y'all in the police academy that y'all can't do anything with your hands?
Right.
Shoot niggas on something.
Ain't no nightsticks no more. You can hit him right in the knee with a little stick.
I'd rather get beat with a stick than be shot
7 times in the back,
and then gotta
get from the waist down.
The joint stuck up me when you get shot.
The catheter.
No, the gap. Yeah, then I get that joint stuck up me. Just
I'd rather not be driving with fear when I interact with the police. That's my.
But it's just,
I would rather.
I know you shouldn't, but it's just what it is. When they pull up, you like,
but it don't gotta be that though.
But it is though.
It don't have to be.
got-
My point is, and my whole point in my initial thing was, this is the time to act. It's election year. As a matter of fact,
Plug it.
the Democratic candidate has something to say about it, and I think this is very important time.
Go ahead.
Look at me like.
Go ahead. Just say it, B. Say it.
My whole thing is, I hate when people make these situations political. Like,
Thank you. That's why it's irrelevant.
It is
like,
political. It is.
Got shot 7 times in the back in front of 3 of his children, and it always turns political.
Listen,
And it's the same with like when Trayvon Martin died. It was the same with George Floyd. It's the same with Breonna Taylor. It's the same with, I could say so many names. Sandra Bland. Like the list goes on.
Aubrey.
Mike Brown. Like the list goes on. And somehow it always becomes political, and it frustrates me that this is happening during election year, because now it's becoming even more political, and now it's becoming even more dehumanizing, because even the simple fact that somebody who I don't even consider to be someone who's pro into this whole United States government system and political system anyway, is even going out of your way to say, this is the time to change. The politicians had something to say. I don't care what any of them had to say. I don't care
Let them know,
what they had to say. I don't care what Kamala Harris had to say. I don't care about what Donald Trump damn sure had to say. I don't care about what any of them had to say. The only person I care about who had to say is that man who got shot in his back 7 times, his children,
3 kids,
the mother of his kids. That's the only people I care about hearing from. Like, I really don't care about what politicians have to say, because all they do is flip this to make it political. The Republicans are going to say, oh, the Democrats are pushing out this story to make it seem like the conservatives are the assholes, like this wasn't happening when Obama was president. Then the DNC is going to turn and say, oh, this is happening because Donald Trump hates black people and he's making it worse. No, this shit has been happening, and y'all need to stop making this shit political and dehumanizing these people's lives.
I brought it up for the show. I brought it up for the show. to say that. I brought it up for the show. Hold on.
V had to let it go. She had to let it out.
It was flustering up. It was just
that boy.
But why is it not political? Like what makes this not political? I'm curious.
Why
is it not political?
So if you got shot and died tomorrow, do you think any of us would give a fuck about what Joe Biden has to say?
Hell no.
No, of course not.
So
But
what do you mean by that? Like, just because you don't know him doesn't mean that it deserves to be any more or less political. Like, I don't understand what your question is.
so are you saying that you should treat every case with the same amount of level of scrutiny, like a same level of attention? Or are you saying that
functionally possible? Like, I don't think that is functionally possible at all, just because the United States experiences too much violence and deaths overall. But I'm saying that when these type of things are put out in the news and they become national news, I think it's extremely inappropriate that politicians to love to make somebody's life, death, or in this instance, injury, but like, because he's paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
So he's literally like, this is a life-changing injury for him, political. Like, I don't.
Opportunity to get votes, or you know.
It's like, tell me what your policy is. Don't try to use my emotion towards somebody who you didn't give a damn about before in order to get my vote.
So it's interesting that you said that, right? Because I think a lot of people feel that way. So we have situations like now, we ain't protesting no more. Well, we are protesting, but people are just flat out burning stuff, and they rioting and looting now. So do you think that that's part of a solution or a problem about these issues that are happening?
I don't know if I understand the question. So are you saying in reference to like people rioting and looting, is that a part of the solution for change?
Yeah, because people are saying they tired of politics now.
I mean, to answer your question, when we were peacefully protesting, was change happening?
Nope.
But when we started rioting and burning shit down, did change start happening? Did people start making loud statements? Did people start changing their policies? Did these major corporations start releasing statistics on their diversity and start actually making a difference? Did they not start supporting Black businesses to this day, Uber Eats for the whole rest of the year is giving free delivery on Black owned businesses.
Sure is.
For them alone. So to me, it's unfortunate, but clearly it did make some form of change because silent protests weren't doing anything. And it's like when we were peacefully protesting, it was an issue anyway. Colin Kaepernick went on television, got on his knee, and the whole reason he got on his knee was to respect the military, because prior to him getting on his knee, he was just sitting down until his teammate, who was a veteran, told him that was disrespectful, and they came of him getting on his knee. And that becomes a national issue. Now we don't respect the flag. Now we're this, now we're that. So now we did the silent protest. You didn't like that. So now when we start rioting and looting, y'all don't like that either. So clearly when you're Black, you just can't protest because it's going to be an issue.
Yeah. That's what it's about though. That's what it's about. They don't like your Afro V. They don't like it. They don't like your black skin. They don't like your brown eyes. They don't like your big lips. They don't like it. They hate it. They hate your talent, your beauty. They hate all of it. They hate it. They hate it.
I don't know where you was going.
What you mean? That's
left.
Y'all are big ass children.
You just shot segment.
I don't like your luscious lips and your beautiful skin.
It's true though. It's true though, right?
Exotic woman, like, oh,
go to y'all too though. Look, they don't like Black men. They see y'all. They see criminals. Now, look, I did want to address them. What?
Yes. Go ahead.
About how Biden was like, yeah, he said he wanted an investigation. Now I'll be like, you were saying, he gonna get in there, try to get them votes going.
The investigation is just going to say that the police followed the fucking protocol.
Listen, let me read it.
Why people don't understand
that? Let me read what he said. He said equal justice has not been real for Black Americans and so many others. We are at an inflection point. We must dismantle systemic racism. It is the urgent task before us. How you feel? You feel like that's what you think? Which I think. Yeah, he gonna get your vote for that?
President hasn't said that. Like literally what you just said, what president has not said that or a version of that, particularly Democratic presidents?
I think Bush even said it.
They need Black votes the most.
Well, you said Bush said it? You got it.
I think I remember Bush said it.
You got the Carfax? What's up? You got
the... I think Bush came over with that statement right after Kanye said he ain't care about Black people.
That's my president.
Listen, I think Todd, you real quiet, and I feel like I need to call you out.
Say what he wants, but unless you're doing
something good.
Let me can I call Todd John because Todd is real quiet, right? And I just want to let the podcast know that Todd said he was going to give Trump his vote if he gave him another stimulus check.
Whoa. That's a private conversation. You can't bring up private conversation.
In my defense, hold on. First of all, what I said was, verbatim, if Uncle Donnie sends me another check, then I will be voting for Uncle Donnie.
Make that political.
And Todd said that by himself, he had nobody else on his side when he said these things. No one else.
No, yeah, Talkhvy does not support Donald Trump.
No one else said that.
Man,
$1,200 really means that much to you. Like
this is the thing.
Let me finish my point. I could partially understand where you were coming from if we were continuously getting this check month by month. He gave us one check. Even if he gave us a second one.
That's why I said if he gives us another one.
$2,400 throughout. We've been in this pandemic since March.
That stimulus been gone.
No. Wait.
Listen.
He has been giving me $1,200 every other week.
Keith, this is the thing, Keith.
Actually check.
I'm not worrying about y'all worrying about numbers. Y'all worrying about numbers. You're worrying about numbers.
That unemployment that counts. Money that you getting. But go ahead.
It's the thought that counts. The fact that you thought about sending me a check is all I need to go to the voting polls. That's my motivation. So y'all mad because the stimulus check is my motivation to make sure I put my vote in?
This is beyond me.
You know what, Todd? It's America. It's a free country,
And you do
supposedly.
That's what
And
I'm
you have a
living
right,
in
you
America.
have a right
Money
to
is
vote
too
for whomever you like, Ty.
And
Don't give him that. Don't give him that. Ty, don't do that. Don't do that.
my uncle
Don't let him
Don't
off the
come
hook.
here
Get him
with
this,
that.
Scott. Get him,
This
Scott.
America is free. Don't do that, Ty. Man,
Well, get him.
don't
Get him.
excuse ignorance. Don't do that. Please.
Why is he
Normalize the
ignorant?
Why am
ignorance.
I
It's not
ignorant
okay.
for having a thought to myself?
No. I didn't say you were ignorant. I'm just saying the stance that you're taking is ignorant. That's what I'm saying.
You're not even ignorant. You ignorant.
Man, listen, if my president want to do something for me, I ain't gonna say no.
Taj, how much the check gotta be for you to vote for him? He said it's gonna be real generous this time. So how much we talking?
I'm gonna be real with you, man.
He said he could send me a pack of Black and Milds. He'd be good.
Like, yo,
Good to go.
if he get in touch with Backwood, then we can really talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can get me a good supply, boy, Uncle Donnie, don't play with me. No, but honestly though, for real, man, I don't matter. Just send me another 1,200. I'm good.
So that's it. I need more.
It's free money. Like, it's money that I don't gotta work for it and I don't gotta pay back. So, oh wow. Like,
I do a $2 hub.
It's your money.
I need $30.
It's way cheaper hoes out here. It's 50-cent hoes. I'll be a $2 hoe.
I just want to let you know, Charles, that is your money. That's tax money.
Oh well.
Boom. Let him know, Scott.
You ain't telling me nothing. I don't know. I read the letter he sent me after I got the check.
I didn't think I could be any more disappointed in Taj. And then,
I mean,
man, like
Scoop said he's voting for Donald Trump too. I'm putting it out there.
All right, now come on now.
Scoop said it too.
I ain't say all that. I'm voting for Kanye West. No,
I'm definitely voting for Kanye West.
I'm voting for I'm using my right to keep my vote anonymous. So I'm not telling anybody who I'm voting for.
That's some huge.
Only
scary. Why are you so scary?
Only people who vote for Trump say shit like that.
I'm reserving my right.
Open Trump support.
That's like in 08. If in 08 when Obama was running, if you say, "Yeah, I'm keeping my vote anonymous," we know who you vote for.
You know who you voting for.
We know who you voting for.
Right. People who was voting for Obama was like, I'm voting for
Obama. Right. I'm gonna get the first one in there.
Right. So listen. Oh, what's Donnie's slogan?
I'm asking. Did Joe Biden have a slogan?
Oh yeah, it's
Black don't crack.
Shut up, man. his slogan is, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah, that shit was out of pocket, man.
That's that.
Can we have a moral of the story before we go? Moral of the story.
So the moral of the story is, go ahead.
Vote for Kanye West.
Shut up, man.
use your political power. Familiarize yourself with your political power and weaponize it and use it.
And part of your political power is the right to protest, right?
Absolutely.
So protest, but do it the way that everybody doing it.
Yeah, your money, your constitutional rights, your right to vote. That's part of it. Like your intellect, your knowledge, what you know is also a part of your political power. So utilize it in your voice.
Absolutely. So make sure you heard. Make sure y'all get out there. Yes, we making it political. Make sure I get out there.
Stop killing black people before we start killing y'all.
Whoa,
let's put a stamp on it. Let's put a stamp on it. Listen.
Yo, hold on. I'ma just say this now, everybody. Listen, you ain't never known no black man to blow up nothing.
If I go down, unfortunately, go down, the police brutality. I want them out here burning Philly. I want Philly to get burnt down.
I'm right. No, first of all,
I need the Comcast Center to be in ashes.
Nah, I got to do that now.
We burn Jersey. Scott, we come to Jersey with that. Come on now.
Philly.
Leave my sweet racist Philly alone. Say no.
Right. Nothing. We just love sports. That's all.
I'm going to the Pico building. That's my first place I'm going.
No, but on some real shit though, we definitely need to find a way.
We need to find a way. Use your voice. Let it be heard. Now, somebody let their voice be heard for the first time since the situation happened. I think we've all heard about Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. situation. She just went live this week and said, I am not sparing this nigga anymore. Tory shot me. Enough speculation. It ain't gonna be no what she do. I ain't do nothing. We was arguing. I got out the car. He shot at me about 5 times, hit both my feet.
Damn.
I got in the car. The police came, and I decided to protect this nigga. While the police was there, I went to the ambulance. They took me to the hospital, and I still decided to protect them by not saying who shot me. But now enough is enough, because as people keep going out there, they playing games with my name. They know my name. Put some respect on it. I'm mad. And he did it. Now, it's been some waves on social media about this whole situation since it happened. But now Meg came out and she told her truth, her side of the story. I need thoughts. Go ahead. I hear you, Keith. I see you.
Go ahead. Who wants to speak first?
This all I gotta say. She used to work at King Diamonds on a Monday. Only hit the club on Saturday and Sunday. I used to pull every week to the scene. Listen. I'm not worried about nothing Meg said, because if you're gonna tell the truth, you gotta tell the whole truth. Don't tell half the story. Don't tell parts of the story you want to tell, and don't tell the story because you're getting bullied online about you getting shot. That makes it so much unserious, because now you're on social media yelling at your phone for 7 minutes and then get up. Your last word was okay and hung up the joint. You ain't getting mad about getting shot in your foot. You bidding too. Everybody bidding on you. You mad because you the butt of everybody's joke. Too bad. How you get shot? How did he shoot you from the back seat because you was walking away, and then when the cops came, you was back in the car? Who gets shot and get back in the car with the nigga who shot him? Like, what is it?
You chatting.
Am I dumb?
Right now. You
if you get shot, you get back in the car with the nigga who shot you?
So you can finish the job.
So you can finish the job. That's what you doing, Scotty? That's chatting. So you so intellectual. If I shot you, you getting back in my car?
Listen, I don't know what it's
yes
like to
or
be
no?
shot. So
yes or no?
I can't speak.
It's a yes or no question.
Listen, I just want to know why you so quick to vouch for the other party. What is the problem? Why
I
is
used to
that?
pull up the week. You should have seen that. Nobody can do it cleaner. I'm saying he did quarantine radio. He kept me sane all quarantine. Y'all not going to just get him out of here because man.
But you don't know how he moving.
You worse than Taj in the stimulus check.
y'all not going to get. Meg told half a story. Until she tell the full story, I don't want to hear nothing.
Oh, then they say he made a demon time.
This is the thing. I do have to agree with Keith. I'm not gonna go off on a ledge like he did, but I do understand that we do not know. In my opinion, I don't know the full story. I wasn't really there to make a true, honest assessment. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there are some situations that escalate to a crazy extent. You know what I'm saying? Some will say, "Oh, you're a nut. You're not right," but again, I don't know what happened as to how it got from point A to point B, and point B obviously standing for bullets.
So my black queen,
Days, listen,
I need to hear from our black queen.
3 days later, she posted a video in the club doing a heel toe. I ain't never seen nobody get shot in their foot. And in the club 3 days later, heel toeing to old school 90s beats.
Keith is going off the wagon. I was trying to not go off the wagon. I was
sick
trying
of
to
it.
say we don't know what happened that escalated to this event that took place.
Now I need to hear from our black queen. Now V.
I'm just like so disgusted by black men. Like y'all.
Oh my God! Why you gonna block me in this
not
too?
all black men.
Yes.
Not all black men. I'm sorry. I'm not speaking
All right.
about all black men. It's just the main people I hear out here trying to defend Tory are black men with the similar mindsets of these two who are out here really defending this. Like, one, I don't care how long it took for her to come out with this story. I don't care about how she reacted after getting it out. I don't care about none of that. You can't tell somebody how to deal with their own trauma. Getting shot in your foot twice is traumatic, and you have no right to describe how somebody is supposed to deal with that, how somebody's supposed to talk to that, how somebody's supposed to react to that. I don't care if she was out popping pussy in the club the day after. If that's
on a handstand.
If that's how she gets over that trauma, that's how she gets over that trauma. But regardless, getting shot in your foot twice is traumatic. Number one. Number two, I really like, how do you even, I really need somebody to explain to me, because I keep hearing Black men say this about, oh, well, we don't know his side of the story. What possibly could have happened for him to feel the need to shoot her in the foot, not once, but twice? Like, because the whole thing is, if it was an accident, then how the fuck she gets shot twice in the foot? Like in both of her feet.
Well, she said he was letting it fly.
You said what?
She said he shot about 5 times. Like, he was letting it fly.
I've seen a lot of arguments of like, oh, it was an accident. And it's like, well, if it was an accident, when she said ow and screamed the first time you shot her in the foot, you would have stopped. Clearly you meant that shit, because you shot her in both of her feet. And Megan Thee Stallion's bigger than me, and I'm big. I wear a fucking size 11. I can't imagine.
Damn. You said what?
Like,
Hold on.
Damn. You said a size 11?
The nigga shoots me in the foot, you meant that shit. Because
He meant it.
I'm tall. I have big feet.
Yeah, let me hold some shoes, man.
I'm just saying, like, so that's number two. Like, I don't understand. I don't care if she called him a bitch. I don't care if she said go kill yourself. I don't care if she brought up his mom. I don't care if she brought up if he had kids. I don't care what she said to this man.
Right.
And even if she punched him, even if she hit him, there's no excuse for you to start rounding off shots at her feet. Like,
I'm with you 1,000%. V, go talk heavy. I'm with you 1,000%.
Sorry.
It's fuck Tory. It's definitely fuck Tory.
Like, it really blows my mind when I keep hearing people say that, of like, oh, we don't know the whole story. What could Tory Lanez possibly come out to say to make you be like, oh, I understand why he shot her? Please give me an example of what he possibly could have said. Because unless Megan Thee Stallion had a knife to this man's neck and slit his fucking throat, or she had a gun to his head before she got out that car, I need you to explain to me what he could possibly come out and say right now today that could make it excusable as to how she got shot twice.
Or she pulled out a penis. It's like,
It's also whoa. We I feel like it's definitely fuck Tory though. Definitely. Tory,
for sure.
I'm like deep down, even Keith and Todd included. Even Todd look like he on demon time right now in that room. Look like he about to go shoot somebody right now.
For me, because I am a huge Tory Lanez fan. Like, anyone who knows me knows I
So you gonna stop listening to his music?
I definitely stopped listening to his music.
No, I'm not.
I was listening to that when I was in the shower.
That's wild to me. Why the fuck would I support somebody like that? Like, really out here shooting with, like, what the, I'm sorry, I can't even finish my.
No, Ty, you know how we all knew though it was Tory Lanez, because he shot her in the feet, and you know Tory Lanez like 5'2".
He shot her in the knees.
He shot her in the feet.
With ass.
That's just. I just
You know what?
Bad joke. That was a horrible.
He said that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
You miss every shot you don't take, right?
That's right.
You miss every shot you don't take.
Not Tory.
You gotta put that pressure on it. Either way, either way, you gotta apply pressure.
I'm not saying Tory Lanez is right to shoot the girl. I'm saying I don't appreciate.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't like the fact that she came out for a superficial reason because people was making fun of her. It wasn't the problem that she got shot no more. It was y'all making fun of me on the internet. Y'all talking about me. So this would really happen. He shot me. Tell him why you shot me.
She said she came out because Tory Lanez hired his PR to put all these dumbass stories in.
That's imaginary. No one knew about that because we all draw our own conclusions ourselves.
That's true.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's like, she's doing this because of Tory Lanez. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. She said outright it's because Tory Lanez's PR team was out here putting these stories in the blogs. And from her standpoint, it's like, nigga, I literally saved your ass because I didn't tell these niggas what actually happened. And then you gonna go, instead of like just ignoring the shit because you don't want no more heat, you got your PR team basically throwing me under the bus. So now it's fuck you.
Now I do slightly disagree with that.
Okay.
If you're gonna come out, you're gonna come out. No. I think that people came out with their conclusions. I don't know if he drummed up a PR team that come up with these fake stories. I think that the internet is always going to come up with their stories. That's just how the internet is built. But everything else is just like Meg is going to tell her side, and that's just what it is.
I feel like on the real though, Meg, excuse my language, Meg is a real nigga. Okay.
No, she's not. She's
Meg, Meg is a real.
Speak for herself.
And the reason why she's a real, because she held it down. She didn't rat. She wasn't going to snitch. She was going to leave the scene. She said she was in the police station and they say nothing. And now Tory putting that pressure, like, oh, she trying to clear his name up, and now she got to come out. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And I think any of y'all would probably do the same thing.
I'm sure if somebody shoot me, I'm talking right away.
It seemed like
We're not having no long draw that you shoot.
But you're not a real nigga though, so we knew that already. Keith, we knew that.
She not real nigga like that. She ratted my damn self.
We knew you was moving like that though.
How you a real nigga but rat because of blogs? She ain't a real nigga then. Who the fuck cares about a blog if you a real nigga?
I just feel like this is all speculation. Like she outright said it's because of Tory Lanez hiring his PR team to put these stories out in the blogs. So whether it's your opinion of if that's true or not, that's speculation. I'm basing it off of what she actually said. And for her to say that, like, we don't have the connections that they have. If she was told that Tory Lanez is hiring his PR team to put out those blogs, it's probably because her own PR team did their homework to confirm that before she did that. Because it's like she could have came out and told the story if she really wanted to, because these stories and these blogs have been going out since this whole story dropped. But now when we start hearing stories that are more like basically trying to cover up Tory Lanez or make it seem a little more sensitive towards him, her PR team probably did their homework and confirmed that those were coming from him and his team. So I don't think that she's wrong for that.
She got the same PR team that Tupac had when he said that Biggie set you up at the studios right now. Let me
Hey,
but and I also wanted to say in reference to when Scoop, I think you said something about like if you're going to come out, you're going to come out. I don't agree with that because again, it was a traumatic experience, and I can't speak on how somebody else is going to handle their trauma because I don't know how.
No, I wasn't speaking on. I was saying if you want to come out, to just come out. I don't have a problem with her coming out at all. I just for me, as far as he hired his PR team to do X, Y, and Z, it's just like I just think that the internet, I believe, just me from being on the internet, the social media days since it came out, I think that people automatically make up stories. Even when they know the facts, they make up stories. So especially when it's a mystery, like this has been a mystery that people have been having fun with. I don't think it's even necessary for Tory Lanez PR team to have made up a story when we're going to do that anyway. Like the internet we take stories, and I'm saying we because we all become a part of it. Once we're all on social media, we take stories and we make up our own thing. Everybody got the same jokes. Oh, it was Harlem Nights. Oh, he was flirting with Kylie. Oh, she beat him up. Oh, you know what I mean? She's 6'3", he 5'3", you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just saying like, I have no issue with her coming out. You know what I mean? Is she ratting? I think anybody saying that she ratting out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like she's definitely a citizen. She's making legal money. She's making legal paper. Somebody shoot my sister. Go ahead and tell them, sis. Like make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Unless you ain't ratting unless you living by the street code. And she out here making her money, being and making a lot of it, doing what she loves. So, you know what I'm saying? Her coming out, I have zero issue with that at all. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make that. I wasn't saying anything about.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You rep the 9. You be
absolutely.
Like, I'm from the 9. You be like, you know what I mean? You a street guy. And her little soliloquy, she said, you know, I'm from the South Side. And it sounded like she was repping her hood. I'm gonna leave it there. Dog. I'm just gonna leave it there. She's repping her hood. It sounded like a whole bunch of hood bitch shit. But you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. All I'm gonna say is I supported Chris Brown when this whole little situation happened. And everybody
Chris Brown again.
You supported Chris?
What are you talking about? You supported Chris Brown.
Music, BB hits.
It's
music.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but you brought it up, and I'm not gonna let you go on this roof alone and jump by yourself. So I definitely stood with Chris.
Listen. I know. I know. Seriously, everybody on here listen to Fan of a Fan. when it first came out. So I had conversations with multiple people on this podcast when it came out, and that was right after the situation happened. So if everybody gonna sit here and lie and say they ain't rocking Chris Brown and his music after his situation, who won't exactly?
That's what you know what that means. This whole situation going to die down, and Tory Lanez
again. Yep, that's it.
Tory Lanez is canceled forever. I want y'all to know that.
They said the same thing about
I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand that this is going to follow Tory Lanez for the rest of his career, no matter what.
I bet you have a career.
This is going to cause him to miss opportunities. This is going to cause him to miss out on relationships, key relationships that he could have made. This is going to cause a lot of issues for him. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
No, it's not.
I feel like it's a very invalid argument to compare Chris Brown to Tory Lanez because Tory Lanez has never been on Chris Brown's level. Like
not even on Quarantine Radio.
Like, because when you think about like Chris Brown is a star, and when that whole situation happened, like Rihanna wouldn't have gave her pussy out to a nigga that was on Tory Lanez level. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rihanna was a star. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce.
She would have.
I don't speak on Rihanna pussy like that. I don't know if you authorized to speak on.
How you know what she would have did?
That's what I'm saying.
Not your vagina.
I don't know.
You're the only one that's qualified because she got one now.
Nobody in this chat is qualified to talk about Rihanna's vagina. Nobody.
V is the only one.
Come on, let's go back. So you believe in your heart of hearts, Rihanna, who we know her dating history now. She's been dating billionaires. She dated Chris Brown. Like the only people we know of that she's dated have been at her level or above. So in your heart of hearts, you believe that she would have been out here dating publicly because that was a public relationship. Somebody who was on Tory Lanez level when she was where she was at.
You can't keep trying to.
I don't want to take away from your main point.
Like he ain't shit though.
No, he is, but he's not a Chris Brown. I'm sorry, he's not.
Go ahead.
He is
old Chris Brown. Chris Brown was
like
point, though,
V.
V, finish your point though. V, finish your point.
I'm saying, like, so you're saying that she would have dated Tory Lanez publicly when she was at the peak of her career, the way she was dating Chris Brown when they both were at the same level in their careers.
No, I don't think Chris Brown was at the peak of his career at that point.
I didn't say the peak. I'm saying
but she was
higher. Dating got anything to do with their career. I don't think dating somebody they don't have shit to do with careers. I think if you like them, you want to date them, you date them.
It actually do though.
It plays a part. It plays a part for sure. But I mean, it doesn't. It's not a end all be all. Like
Scott, you believe
that you really like him?
It's not end all be all. No.
Scott believe in true love, y'all. My bad.
I do. That's the thing.
I just feel like that's very nice.
That's the thing.
I feel like it's very naive and unrealistic for you to have that viewpoint when you're talking about like that type of career path. Like I could understand we're talking about regular human beings, but we're not. Like these people have publicists. They literally get into relationships based off of what their publicist thinks. So it's like I don't know how you can say that because I'm not saying that she wouldn't have dated Tory Lanez, but she wasn't going to do it publicly.
Well,
like
I'm just trying to get at where was the
Wait. If we're talking levels, Nicki did date Meek. So motherfuckers do downgrade.
And he wasn't the Meek he is today. And he was when he had
Nicki dating a registered sex offender now. So
I get what you're saying, but like I don't know. I'm talking about Rihanna based off of her dating history. Like Nicki's dating history has shown that she was out here dating Safari out in public. Like
Nicki looking for true love. Nicki want true love.
Nicki want that love.
I've never seen Rihanna out here with a Safari type nigga. So
why not? Why not? If she wants to be with a Safari, she wants Safari doing good in life.
Okay, but she's
doing great. He got OnlyFans. He making money out.
Rihanna that Uzi hit.
All right, we all subject. Tory is canceled. Meg, you can come out any way that you want to come out. And I am looking forward to who comes out next because it was multiple people involved. So, we'll stay tuned on that one. So, next up, we usually do Scott for our State of the Address, but Keith had some things that just was making his ear itch this week. And he really wants to speak on a few things. So Ro is giving out our state of the address this week. But right before you give it to us, Talkhvy is brought to you by Talkhvy. That's Talk HVY. You can find all things at Talk HVY. That's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Ladies, if you're feeling a little hit, holla at Just Brit. And if you're looking for some relationship advice and a little bit of sit, chill, sip, and spill, holla at V over at Sip and Spill. Now, Ro, what do we have on our state of the address today?
Now, it's not gonna be as put together as Scotty. Scotty be talking all smart and big words and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I've seen like 3 things that kind of pissed me off recently. Number 1, these campaign ads. I don't understand what they have to do with anything. There's a campaign ad saying it's Joe Biden talking from the 1800s, talking like, I'm probably smarter than you. I went to college and graduated the head of my class. And it goes in and say, do you really want to vote for a man who lied about his college resume? Why do I care about this man's college resume when he's running for president? That has nothing to do with anything. It's like they had a social media bid-offs. It was another ad campaign. Donald Trump ain't wear a t-shirt since 1960. What is that? Why? What? That's not swaying my decision in any way. It is making me feel like.
Wait. What they said? They said he didn't wear a t-shirt since 1960.
Yeah, like, you know what? I never saw Donald Trump with a t-shirt on.
How did that information?
He's been wearing button-downs for 50 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how did the information move before Donald Trump? Like one was saying, "Oh, Donald Trump, wow, he been wearing button-ups with no undershirt on. I can't vote for him." Like, there's nothing that has nothing to do with anything. That's going to make us better. That's not going to make the country better. They don't never talk about nothing that will move us forward. Let's move forward. Like I feel like I missed I don't know if it was a golden era of politics. Now that I'm older, I get to pay attention to this stuff, and I don't never see anything that's that moves me forward. That makes me know more about my candidate. But that's
you want to know. They said I read a thing that said negative ads don't work. Negative political ads don't work.
It's just random. It's like I'm watching the game. Shut up. I don't care what Joe Biden did. Every commercial break after I see Damian Lillard hit the 3-point shot, I hear about Joe Biden. I don't care.
Because especially as Black people, like we don't give a damn.
Don't care.
We don't care.
Like literally, the only person I might have to really vote for is always a joke. But Kanye ain't got no videos out. This is nobody. Like that's my only guy.
Listen, if Joe Biden dropped the sneaker line though, he have a.
That's what I'm talking about. Like Joe Biden,
that Yeezy Biden combination.
Oh, I'm getting the Joe 20s.
I know y'all copping a pair. Like that's what I'm saying. That's
Kanye
how you get our attention.
President. He would have been voted in today.
Right
now.
Some dude. What they call it? What's the drink now? Scoop. What's 1942?
1942.
They had Joe Biden on a 1942 commercial.
Oh, it's over. Put him on the commercial. He got my vote.
Now number 2, my number 2 thing.
Listen.
Oh, we got more. Okay.
He got 3.
The social media is taking over too much. I'm sick and tired of grown men yelling at their phone, telling them they won't find somebody. Hey yo, when I see you, I'm gonna teach you. Like, I don't care. I'm from Texas. You know where we from, and we on you. Go find this man. He not the hardest nigga to find. If our PR team can figure out the secret stuff he doing, they can find the address and send it to you. Why ain't nobody going to get him?
Who you talking about?
If somebody shot V in her foot, God forbid, Talkhvy, we can find him. We're gonna be on him. We're not gonna be on a podcast.
We're on him,
like, oh
see,
yeah.
I'm not out here looking for nobody. Just give it a beat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you know the weird thing about the videos, no one makes.
God don't protect Black women. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you really don't.
The weird thing about videos is no one makes a video and just post it. You have to re-listen to what you said.
That is
make
true.
sure you said everything right, and then post the video. So you heard yourself
So
say it
you
twice.
know.
You listened to yourself say this in front of the camera and was cool with yourself with it.
They be re-recording, like practicing.
That's what I'm saying.
Real shit.
I don't think I got.
Nah, I don't like that one.
Like, oh no, I stuttered. Let me re-record.
I did it.
That's just like when you send a voice memo, you always press play before you send it out.
Yeah,
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And it'd be old men who doing it. It'd be like old grown men. It'll be like 25, 30s. It'd be like 50-year-olds talking crap on social media. Just go get the person. Go. Everybody's so hood, but don't never do nothing to nobody.
And they always say, I don't do the social media stuff.
I don't do the social media.
I don't do this stuff. Right, be on social media, on the gram, talk about I don't do this.
On the gram. No, you on the gram every day. How you don't do the social media shit?
That's bad.
I'm just about to gangster shit.
Keith, was that your last rant?
No, my last one.
So can I
I got something to add, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Right,
I got something to, matter of fact, hold on. I got something to add to the Instagram thing. I'm so sorry. I am sick and tired of the new Jehovah's Witnesses, which are the Forex people. The Forex people. Y'all are the new Jehovah's Witnesses. I am sick of y'all. Yes, I do have dreams. Yes, I do have goals. And yes, I do have aspirations for my life. Just because I do not want to partake in what you decide to do with your life does not mean I'm not goal-oriented, does not mean I do not want $1 million. It does not mean anything. It simply means I am not interested in Forex. Please stop it. If that's your thing, baby. But I don't want to do it, and I should not feel judged just because I don't want to do it.
What they said, Taj?
Make an Instagram post talking about something. Oh, it's so easy. It's like being on Instagram. No, it's not. I scroll, I like, I DM people. It's not the same. It's not the same. Stop trying to sell me on that and then say, oh, don't be upset because people are doing Forex because they got goals and dreams. That does not mean that you don't have goals or dreams because you don't want to invest in Forex. I don't like it. Like, I don't really care for it. Like, stop trying to shove Forex down people's throat like Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm hiding on my Instagram from the people. That's what leave me alone.
That's a public servant amounts of the Taj friends and family.
That's right.
That's what it sounds like.
Stop trying to sell them. And what else you got, Real?
All right, the third thing. You know, Scott, Taj, you won't be in this, but V, Scooping, Scotty, you on this with me. We got Black Lives Matter written on the NBA courts. And I gotta watch a white man torch the Clippers every night for 45. How you got Black Lives Matter sayings on your shirt and a white man who moves slower than a grandma get to the basket every time he gets the buckets.
That boy,
triple doubles every night. Ooh, and Paul George. Ooh, Paul George. I don't want to hear a superstar. I don't want to hear a porn star. I don't want to hear nothing. You was just he might as well go to the WNBA with the type of performance he is putting on. I swear to God, I can't take it. I'm gonna watch the game tonight. And if it go down tonight, and Luka scored 4 billion points again, I will quit the podcast.
You're gonna shoot the
podcast. And I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna walk all the way to to Florida, and me and Paul George gonna get it popping. Me and him, not for the nothing.
You know Paul George is 6'8", right?
I don't care. So is Meg.
You know he's 6'8", right?
So is Meg.
He's 6'8".
He can't shoot. He can't make a basket. He can't throw a punch neither. I hate him.
And that's that. And that was a heavy public service announcement today. And y'all even got a bonus with Forex.
I feel like that Clippers jab is a little too much. I feel like
that's my team.
I feel like that was a little too much.
I need them.
Because but come on, let's be real though, right? Like the Clippers, they not beating the Lakers, so it don't. Why we talk about them?
They're not gonna beat the Mavs. I'm not worried
about
about
it. They're gonna beat the Mavs. They're gonna beat the Mavs, but they not beating the Lakers.
Further up, he might not get past the Mavs.
No, they gonna beat the Mavs. They gonna beat them.
Get them out the first round.
They gonna beat the Mavs. They not. The Mavs.
I hope. I'm praying on it.
That boy Luka.
Luka is
different. He different.
He
is different.
He is
you know
different.
Well, at least your team is still playing. Mine just sitting home. They out of Orlando right now. So that's
all that.
You know, that's what it is.
Todd's sitting over there like a foreign exchange student who don't know English.
Todd's like, can we talk about something else now?
Can we talk about?
Waiting for it.
I know what y'all talking about.
I'm lucky I didn't get on the Ravens with this Earl Thomas stuff. If I had to let that go.
Let's touch on let's talk about Earl Thomas. I did have. Y'all know about Earl Thomas? Y'all heard of him?
He got in the fight with one of our other safeties.
Yeah, he got cut from the team. Did y'all hear a couple months ago though? He got caught doing an orgy with his brother.
Yeah, he did.
That shit is crazy. Yeah, he got caught. His wife pulled the strap out on him on the glizzy. She pulled the glizzy out.
She pulled the glizzy out while he had the
he was like, Earl Thomas. No, it's not funny, but like he got caught running the train with his brother. And
all right, that sounds like a good night he had with his brother.
I'm just saying though, like, should that affect? Because they're saying that incident, along with a number of other incidents, has affected his, his status, his employment status. Y'all think that should play a factor? Your sexual life?
No. What played the factor is when Derrick Henry made him his lead blocker, and then we got to get him out of here. So that's all that happened.
No, but y'all don't think that as a football player though that kind of stuff that shouldn't affect.
No,
your
personal life should be not affected.
I know my bedroom is between me and my bedroom.
But she was on the gram though. They was on the gram with it.
Oh, you got busted down on the gram a few times. My gram is my gram.
They was on the gram with it, man. Scoop ain't got nothing. Scoop, you quiet over there.
It's just a tragic situation. That's all.
I feel like you got some old head wisdom to share, yo. What's good?
Listen, if your employer don't want you out here slinging ding on the gram, listen, don't be slinging ding all up on the gram, especially when you're making millions of dollars. That's the only wisdom.
Just like as a football player, not to smoke weed because they're gonna test you. Don't smoke weed.
And listen, why you got that window? Because football ain't forever, sports ain't forever. Why you got that window? Do what you got to do, make your millions, get up out of there. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, listen.
Now, we have a Was I Wrong? We have the first Was I Wrong from a lady in about 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 weeks. So this one should be juicy. So Was I Wrong today is presented by Talkhvy, and we got V giving the Was I Wrong. V, I don't think V's ever been wrong in her life. That's just what I, you know what I'm saying? So I need to hear this. Except when she argued with Scott and she lost in court. It's the only time she was wrong. But
Y'all was wrong. That's the whole reason y'all got aired. I voted for me. Y'all was wrong.
But Todd, you're wrong too. What are you trying to say? I voted for me. Like that doesn't make it any less wrong.
I won more courts than you. I won more courts.
And V, how was I wrong, lady?
Y'all settle down.
What did they say? What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately?
So we have V with Was I Wrong? What we got, V?
All right, this is pretty straightforward. I'm not going to give too much back in because I feel like I'm gonna try to defend myself. So basically, an ex of mine reached out who I had on my block list for a while, but he got a new number, so didn't make that block list. So he reached out, during the quarantine, because you know how y'all niggas are. Y'all was bored during this quarantine. When he reaches out, we're like talking, everything's cordial. And in the midst of that, he decides to like start telling me about like how sorry he is for everything that happened. And he says, at the end, I realized that I still love you and I always will. And I responded back and said, dang, I'm sorry to hear that. Was I wrong?
I did.
You don't got love for your ex?
You was wrong like that. You could have like
I love you as a brother.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. You were wrong. You know why you were wrong, V? Because you are a prime example of why men can't confess their feelings to women because we're just gonna get shut down. And that's
Talkhvy.
And that's why we don't express our feelings to women now. That's why, oh, you're so shut up. I don't know anything. Shut up. You're on a need-to-know basis, because if I open up to you, the minute I open up to you, you're going to use it at your back, and you're going to spit on me every moment you get, and I will not put myself in that position.
I will not.
You know what that's called? Toxic femininity. That's what it is.
You're a toxic
femininity.
Example right here. Denise Penn.
What? I confess my love. And hold up.
I confess my love to you?
Real quick, V. I confess my love. And what was your response again before you defend yourself?
You a savage, V.
I said, dang, I'm sorry to hear that.
Like,
ooh, it hurt.
It hurt.
Like for a man to even open his heart up just a tad bit and try to let you in, and you just throw salt all up in that wound like it ain't nothing.
Nothing. Heartless.
Yeah, you savage. You like Rihanna. You savage.
Go ahead. Now,
he's another one on the hit list.
Go ahead and
defend the
list. Sorry self.
All right.
Yeah.
The reason why this happened is he is a trash human being. Like, it's not like I'm one of those people where it takes me a very long time to get to the point where I really genuinely don't care about like how you feel. He has put me through hell, and granted, it's our own fault. I've taken him back several times, but like, I just was in a space where it's kind of like, bro, I'm over it. You know, like it's the same story over and over again. And I just feel like he's just very manipulative, number one. Number two, when I said that, I'm not gonna lie, I was super high and it just kind of came out because it was the first thought that came to my mind. It wasn't like I intended to say it to hurt his feelings. It was just, I had that like, I don't care like vibe already. Like I was confused why he was sending me this text message explaining shit that happened 6,000 years ago. So it's like, why are you talking to me about this now? So I already didn't care about that. And then when he said that, I'm just like, well, dang, yo, if he really feels like he loves me, like I'm really sad to hear that, because he should go find love, you know, like he should go move on. Like that's where I was coming from when I was saying it. I wasn't saying it in a like F you type of way, like more of
his response.
You said what?
Nah.
I don't think you did anything wrong, V. You're not wrong for that. You're not wrong for that.
Thank you.
I think
Scotty.
What'd you say?
V is she's woman's planning right now.
Yeah.
I think.
Did he reply?
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
I don't remember, to be honest. Like,
all right, you know, it's all good.
She woman's playing in Scoop.
She's woman's planning.
How is she woman playing in Scoop?
I'm gonna tell you how she's woman's planning. I'm gonna tell you what she's doing right now.
They don't even know.
She's making an excuse for being heartless. Oh, I was high and you know he did so much.
No. I can be very heartless. I'm not trying to make that seem like I was trying to say I'm not heartless. I know I can be very heartless. I was saying that it takes me a lot to get to that point.
Yeah. So don't try to. Oh, he pushed me there. No, V, you was wrong. That's not okay.
He said,
have you ever forgiven him for what he's done?
Yeah, I forgave him. That's why I was confused why he kept bringing.
See, if you forgave him, you should not take a knife, shove it through his heart. That was just wrong.
He shoved it through his heart
and the blood
and twisted it.
And then pulled it out and said,
and then pulled it out and said,
like I said, when I said, Mama. I'm sorry to hear that, it was genuinely because I was really sorry to hear that. Like,
you know what, V?
I genuinely felt sorry.
Yeah, but I feel like if you just stand on it, I think if you just stand it on, you losing me, V. Because at first I was like, okay, she just a savage out here. But now you a nigga. You like, I genuinely feel sorry. Like, come on, V. Come on. You know damn well you said that because you was trying to throw salt in the wound.
Okay. I don't feel sorry for saying it. I'm saying when I said it, I felt sorry that he was saying that he loved me, because it's just like, I just feel like it's my love.
Right. It's unrequited. You got unrequited love and you're not loving him the fuck back.
We had, like, I'm good, you know? Like, I'm not interested, so.
You know what you should have said? That's what's up.
No, you should have liked it.
That was the equivalent. You saying that was the equivalent of that's what's up.
B,
Yeah, that's
you were wrong.
Right.
word.
Word.
I've used that before too. I've used all of those actually.
B, you were wrong in two left shoes, honey.
That's it. And that's that. Toxic femininity at its finest.
Toxic femininity.
And that's what it is. So V was
Toxic
wrong. I think y'all can
femininity.
say that.
Yeah.
Well, Scott says she might be right, but whatever.
She was
Scott
she
don't-
right.
Scott don't
She
count.
not wrong though. She not wrong for real because boy, she don't owe him nothing. What the fuck she owe him? She don't owe him not a thing. And that's the problem. We be entitled to stuff and thinking we entitled.
Oh, here we go.
Not
So
entitled.
next up we got
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good.
I'm sick of Scott. I'm sick of him.
I'm too.
Right, y'all be entitled.
Oh, Jesus. He was entitled to a solid answer. Okay.
That was his answer. Yo, you can't.
That was his answer.
It was quarantine.
You know what, y'all? This is what she did.
We're in the middle of a pandemic.
He could have
She
killed himself.
dehumanized him. That's what it was.
He's a grown man. That's a grown man though. He should be able to deal with his own feelings. He not responsible for no grown ass man.
You didn't care about his feelings.
I did. That's not my responsibility.
Exactly.
Wow.
You was wrong. Point blank period. Moving on.
I don't have to care about it.
Moving on. You know what? Speaking of responsibility, that brings us to our court. Now, we have heavy court. It's been something that we've been talking about. And Taj hasn't been in court in a minute. Now, this court has been a long time coming. Taj views in the past has got him canceled by V. He got the Savage shades on. His views in the past has got him canceled by his very opponent, Venice. And, they even went live and shook up Instagram one night where they were talking about some views. So tonight, we're going to talk about some things. Now, if a couple is together, this is the subject of court. They have a child together. If one of them make it rich, is it their responsibility to take care of the other one? V says, yes. You want that child to be in the best position as possible. Todd says, it ain't my fault that you ain't make it the way that I made it. Now, you want to flip me a coin?
I'm not gonna lie. I have a hard time taking you serious in them glasses, Taj.
I'm gonna flip a coin now. Since V won her last court, V, you pick heads or tails.
Heads.
They always pick. Oh, V, you starting off winning. Heads. Who goes first?
Taj.
Okay, so Taj.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure my sound is right. Is my sound right?
Your sound is good.
Okay.
Keith, you got your timer all on point.
Do I got my timer? I ain't got no timer. Jesus Christ. Give me a second, man. We doing 1 minute, right?
We doing 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. My fault. My fault. All right. You ready?
You ready?
You're ready. Todd?
Let's go. See, here's the thing. If a man career takes him in a path to where he is successful and blessed with abundance amounts of money, yes, it is his job to make sure that she is the mother of his child is straight. Now, I can set you on a path. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink it. Understand me? So I lead you there. And it is now your responsibility as a woman to take your independence that y'all claim so much and go make sure that you build a life that not only you, but your child can eat off too. Because yes, I might live in Beverly Hills, but if you decide to live wherever you decide to live, that's not my responsibility. As long as I'm taking care of my child, I set you up. I already put you on a pedestal. You're already better than the rest of these women. If I'm out here, I'm a famous star and I'm making all this money, you're already ahead of the curve. It's called taking advantage of opportunities. That's what it's called. Because then, I ran out of money. No, I put you in position to make money. It was your job to continue to survive and fend for yourself, because when your mother pushed you out of her vagina, it was you and only you. You know what that means? You were pushed out to fend for yourself. So with that being said, with my last 30 seconds that I have in court, I just want women to know that men aren't, we're not your coddler, we're not your babysitter, we're not here to, oh, let me take care of you. No, we're here to nurture you and guide you on the path to success. And once we guide you, we take our hands off of it and you go do you after that. That's all. Man.
Oh, you done? Okay. Okay.
Right.
Get that timer ready. It seems like V had some thoughts percolating.
Ready?
Oh, and Venice.
All right. So one, you're basing your entire argument off of the assumption that he actually guided this woman to her home, her own money. You're also basing this off the assumption that the man is the breadwinner in this situation. We're talking about who makes the most money versus who's taking care of the child the most. Number one, there's no confirmation. And in a lot of cases, when you have a situation where the man gets a woman pregnant and he has a lot of money, it's not on purpose most times. So there's no indication and there's no truth to your false, invalid point that you guided her to money. So that's number one. Number two, as the man, because we're just gonna speak about men since you keep talking about that, like women ain't out here being millionaires, like Madam CJ Walker never happened. But anyway, so men are out here getting money, having babies. You have a responsibility for your child, and it's unfair for your child to have to live in a significantly different living stance than what they would be accustomed to with you. If you live in a neighborhood that would give that child better access to education, better access to resources, better access to extracurricular activities and other things that have been proven over generations for the trajectory of success for that child, then I do feel like it's your responsibility to ensure that that child is okay. You keep speaking on the woman, but if the woman is the one who is taking care of the child full time, then yes, you have to make sure that she's at a certain space. Now, I don't think she needs to be at the same level that you are, but you need to ensure that your child has access to the best things to make sure that your child can be the best that they can be in this society. And if you got a woman pregnant who wasn't on your level, that's your fault.
Taj, are
like
you stuck?
Sounds like a whiny woman to me.
Very, very strong arguments. Very strong arguments.
Very, very whiny, very whiny-ish. So start my
1
minute.
We got some trash talk in between. Keith, get us a minute rolling. Because I feel Taj's energy. He's rocking back and forth. He has some things to say. You ready?
All right, Taj, you ready?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, there's a responsibility that should be taken on. But guess what, V? If you're a mother and you're taking care of your child, you are doing what you're supposed to do as a mother. I'm not supposed to come in and start compensating you because you're doing your job. Oh, the mother's here. The mother's doing what a mother is supposed to do. If my child, it is my responsibility to make sure he's in a better environment, a better school environment, but it's also the other parent responsibility. It's a two-people team. It's a team. Teamwork make the dream work. So as long as I'm doing my part and you doing your part, there should be no problem. Just because one person decided that career took them on a path to make more money, that's not their fault. Now, in my opinion, you just got to either try to catch up, get with it, or get lost. Send a baby to me, and I'll raise him, and it will be good.
Okay.
But that was cute.
All right, be you ready?
You ready?
Boom.
All right. So one, no, like I didn't know. Like, let me get my thoughts together. So first of all, again, in most cases, the person who's not making the money is the one who's going to have the child majority of the time. So you say send the child to me. Most of the time, no, it's not your turn to.
You
pass my time. It is not your turn, sir.
I'm gonna restart this for you.
Your mic.
Yeah, restart that.
We're gonna restart this for
My
you.
mic, when it was your turn to speak,
I thought my mic was on.
Can you mute him?
It's getting
Mute, yeah.
Taj, mute your mic. Mute your mic, Taj. He muted. All right. Well, we're gonna start over this minute. because Taj wanted to talk.
Thank you.
Smoke his boots, V.
Now, as I was saying, you speak on this, oh, we'll send the child to me. But if you are in a situation where you're an entertainer or you're a millionaire or whatever, you're at that point for a reason. You're working hours that are not sustainable to raising a child. So it does not make sense for me to send my child to live with you full time when you're not going to be able to give that child everything that it needs that a parent who isn't in that lifestyle would be able to give them. But back to the original argument, I still don't think that it's fair because yes, the mother in this instance does need to work and possibly make her own money, but because of where you are versus where she is, she's not going to be able to give that child the same living experience that they would have with you. It doesn't need to be exactly the same, but it shouldn't be a drastic difference for that child. I don't think the child should be having to deal with the mistakes that the parents made.
Whew. So this thing was hot today. I'll go.
Good argument, V.
Shut up,
And
Taj.
then shut your lips. I'll go. And then let's say
I'll go.
Man,
Keith
yeah,
goes.
let's just go. Though.
And then Scott goes.
Go ahead, Scoop.
So for me, I think that V started off strong, and I think that Taj finished off strong. Today was y'all both made some really good points. But when I have to cast my vote in, I think I'll have to cast it in for Venice Penn this week. And only because she came in strong and you finished strong, Taj, but she gave you such a beating in the first round that you didn't quite recover in my eyes. So I'm gonna have to go with V. Go ahead, Keith.
Well, my mom said he should always make sure she's good because she's the mother of your child. Mom, shh. Now, now, as the only relative member of Talkhvy with a baby mama, my job, I send money. If I send you money to take care of the baby, you take care of you. That's what you do with your money. You supposed to be working to make yourself better. I'm gonna make sure the baby good. So where all this extra money? You not spending money on him. So why you ain't got money for yourself? So I'm gonna have to rock with Tides because I made it easier for you. I made the path easier for you. Now with your job to be go get it. Go get that water if you're thirsty. But if you're not gonna sit there and live off.
You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
Can't make him drink. I'm rocking with Ray Charles Dodge.
Come on now.
Scott, it's on you, baby.
I mean, V obviously won. I mean, it's not even close. So I mean, Taj, you presented a good argument, but V actually provided some things that made sense. Which is, I know it's foreign. I know it can be a foreign concept for Taj, but no, I'm playing. But
No, talk to me, Scott.
No, because Taj he made some good points though. I like the point about the mom having to take care of herself and not having to rely on nobody else. But I also agree with V to the point of you chose to have a baby with this woman, and if this woman is a bum, you chose to have a baby with a bum. That's your fault. That's your fault.
I thought the question was if y'all both was bums, you made it, you went up. Is it your job to bring them up with you?
Well, let's not use the word bums. Let's just say ordinary people as opposed to people who take careers in like entertainment where you could like middle class, where any day you're in a career that you could go skyrocket at any moment. You know what I'm saying? That's way different than a person who gets up and go to work every day. You know what I mean? That's a different lifestyle.
Ordinary, okay, so being ordinary doesn't necessarily mean I'm mooching off of you. That just means I'm utilizing you as a stepping stone. Like you, and I believe what V was trying to say was accessing better things like healthcare, education, housing, food, whatever. Having access to those things is the most important thing.
Woman she a mom, so you gotta get that on her own.
To piggyback off of Scotty's point, there are women out here who are working full-time jobs, like as teachers, as like corporate women who still are living in neighborhoods that don't have the best resources to raise their child. That doesn't take away from the fact that she still has a good job, that she's still working full time. It's just she's not making the same money, so she doesn't have the same access to the things you would have as somebody who has significantly more money.
Which is fine, but you tried to argue the fact that you shouldn't mess up the kids, like I guess life, by him going to his father's house where he got all types of he got his own room over there, but then he go to his mom's house and he got to sleep with his little brothers and his little sisters.
Listen, Ty, why?
There's nothing wrong with it.
But Ty, you lost though, Ty. You lost.
We did lose.
Your word.
It's not
he did
about
lose. It's 2-1. It's 2-1.
See, Scott, this is
2-1 though. But see,
what you're not.
I want to hear what V about to say. I want to hear what V.
Well, you're not understanding.
I was going to say, like, that literally is exactly what I just said, though. Like, I didn't take back from my argument, because I'm saying, like I said, there's women who work full time as like teachers or work in corporate America who still don't live in these best neighborhoods. So yeah, their living situation isn't going to be anywhere near as nice or even close to what it would be like when that child is at their father's house. Like, that doesn't take away from that.
That's why. Oh shit! I was even arguing.
Oh,
But Ty,
we about
what's
to
his
call
point?
we about to call her Venice Dodson. She just won in overtime.
Taj, make this point. Make this point. That's why you treat all the stuff for the kids, so she can put money towards other things and keep on building. And she's not using that money to build. I'm handling everything for the child. You should be able to put money to build. And it's 2020. No one should be in the future in 2020 because they don't make no money.
This is the thing, Key. I'm gonna just say it. I said it twice. No, listen. I said it twice, and I'm gonna say it again. You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. It's as simple as that. I can lead you, but I can't make you drink it. It is what it is.
I'm not doing no interviews, so somebody else can do it.
Right, I ain't never seen a loser talk this much. What is going on?
What you don't understand is
Get this kind of platform. Them corny ass.
What you don't understand. What you don't understand.
Keith is upset. Keith like this.
Ty, you lost.
I'm not doing no interviews.
Ty. You took an L.
That chain is fake.
Spoke.
I wasn't.
Ty, you
Lost.
lost.
Order the court.
There's
Order.
nothing else to talk about. You
Order.
lost.
Order.
It doesn't matter. You lost. You
Order the
lost.
court.
You got spoke.
V, give us a victory speech and your final statement.
I was just like saying, thank you, Tosh, for making it so easy to win. I was under the impression that I was gonna spank Scoop today, but clearly he wasn't ready for this law.
I can't do an interview. Hold on. Venice Penn. Though I feel like you lost, I'm gonna put that aside. How do you feel about that Scoop is ducking you?
He don't want to take this L because he's supposed to be the host of this show. So
Great.
Are you willing to come back next week?
I don't like the disrespect on the air.
He ain't got a V on. He ain't got a V on.
Last time I checked, I called out Scoop Burgundy last week. I didn't say anything about CEO Taj.
You said your own government.
My schedule. I got an injury.
Now it's getting spooky.
All right, what do you have to say about being V's lightweight?
I dislocated my shoulder, and I gotta wait till next week.
Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
Like, this wasn't even
I mean, well, honestly, Scotty, you should feel exactly how I feel because you lost more times to V than I can count.
No, I beat V though. Last week I won. I got a W.
I really don't even understand where
last week
last week it was a win column. It was a win.
You are the person. You are literally the person who has taken the most L's in the court. I don't understand.
Time out. Scotty, we did take your victory back last week. If you forgot, V did win last week. You lost twice.
No. I got the listen. Wait. Somebody changed their vote.
Yeah. Oh, now you're studying. Cat got
you just lost. You lost. Ty, why are you still talking? Go back to your corner that you was in.
Because
y'all missing the point.
When I fall down, I get back up.
Both of y'all are missing the point. She went Scoop and Scoop ducked in the fade.
Listen. I talked to my management. I had an injury. I couldn't go into the fight this week.
You got to give this smoke.
But next week, y'all gonna get this smoke.
He missing his powers right now. He ain't got the V-neck on.
And that's right. I ain't got my V-neck. My V-neck give me all the juice.
His neck feeling a little tight today.
You know what I mean? Scotty understands.
Yeah,
Scotty
I get it. I was about to throw a V on myself. I was like, nah.
He don't understand. Because he's a loser.
We need to talk heavy. We need to talk. How was a loser? Like, take one to no one, don't it? That shit crazy.
So, go ahead.
I'm gonna put this on the table for the full podcast. Would y'all buy Talkhvy V's from Scoop? Designed by Scoop? What's up?
I'm not.
We need that.
I'm
not wearing no goddamn V-neck.
I'm making slim fit crew necks. This is happening.
We need that. The streets is calling for that.
I'm not doing V-necks. But with that being said, that wraps up a whole other episode of Talk Heavy. I'm your boy Scoop Burgundy.
It's your boy Ty.
Just call me Ron.
It's Scotty.
And I'm the one who called out Scoop twice now, V.
Listen, next week is going down. It is going all the way down. You want this smoke? You gonna get this smoke. The rumble in the jungle, the brawl for it all is happening next week. Presented by Talk Heavy, that's Talk HVY. You can follow us at Talk HVY, all things at Talk HVY on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And until next week, when I give V the spanking of her lifetime, don't call, don't try to come out with a statement talking about this will really happen. No, I don't want to hear none of that. Don't go live about it. Take the beat. Until next time, holla.